6 months ago, I realized a lifelong dream, and I brought horses home to my very own farm. It's been an interesting 6 months of learning how to care for my own horses at my own place, and I thought it would be fun to share 6 things that I've learned in 6 months. I'm going to do this as a countdown, so we're starting with number 6, and I can't remember who told me this, but very early on somebody told me horses are livestock. And I know it's really obvious probably to most of you, but when you love an animal like I love a horse, you start to think of it more like a dog or a cat or something that lives in your house and needs a lot more attention and care. And when I realized that horses are livestock, it allowed me to leave them outside, not worry about them. I mean, if it's raining, they actually want to stand out in the rain more than they want to stand in their shelter. We have a lovely outdoor shelter for them, but no, if it's raining or snowing, what do? They go stand out in it. And so realizing that they're livestock was a big thing for me to just mentally be able to have animals living on my property outside and not stress or think about it all the time. Number 5, another fairly obvious thing, horses poop a lot. I mean, I've been around horses most of my life. I know they poop. And I suppose I knew that they pooped a lot, but until it became my responsibility to clean it and pile it and manage it every day, I had no idea how much they pooped. They fill an entire wheelbarrow twice a day. But the upside of horses pooping a lot is it's a really great workout. Twice a day, sometimes once a day, I go out and I clean poop. And in the winter, it freezes hard to the ground, and so I get a really good cardio workout, like chipping away at the poop on the ground. If you're a horse owner, you know what I'm talking about. Number 4, there's no bad weather, only bad clothing. Before winter hit, I read this great article about how Norwegians handle cold, dark winters. And that was the line that stuck out to me. So before it got really cold, I went to the store and I bought coveralls and winter coat and hat and these bogs boots that are good to 40 below. And honestly, there were days where it was like 10 degrees or even 10 below zero. And if I was chipping away at that poop on the ground, I would get so warm I would have to peel off layers. I really wasn't that uncomfortable this winter because I had the right clothes. Number 3, the horses ground me. A year ago, I really couldn't have imagined living on a farm and taking care of my own horses. I thought my lifestyle was too busy, I traveled too much. But making the decision to buy the farm and choose this lifestyle has actually done so much for my heart and my mind and my health. And I kind of actually don't really want to leave. I'm in my happy place. I'm with my horses. I love it here. I love seeing them every day. It grounds me in a way that I really didn't expect. Number 2, it takes a village. There are so many people who've helped me figure this out in the last 6 months. In particular, my friend Malin Bauman. She cared for Maggie Sue for 6 years before I moved her here. And I call her my fairy horse mother because she pretty much can answer any question that I have, and I've texted her, called her, I've made her come over here a couple of times and feel to make sure Maggie Sue's not too skinny or too fat, and she's just been an incredible help to me. Plus she has a consignment store called Windward Farm, and I've been able to borrow tack to try out for Fritzie, and honestly I just don't know how I could have done this without her. There's so many other people too, like Aaron Olson and Chris Anderson of the Hay Chicks that taught me how to do slow feeding with my horses. And Volley Hike Camp, who came over here and helped me with my first ride with Fritzie. I mean, the list could go on and it could sound like an acceptance speech, but the person I want to give the most gratitude to is my husband. He's not a horse guy. I'm not sure he knew what he was signing up for, but he is there by my side, cleaning, feeding, taking care of the horses when I did go out of town. I mean, he wins husband of the year. I mean, he always wins husband of the year for me, but I could not have done this without him, and I'm incredibly grateful for all the help and support he's given me for my dream to come true. I'm just so grateful. Okay, the number 1 thing I've learned in 6 months of caring for my own horses is that I would not trade it for the world. I love looking out the window and seeing them grazing in the pasture. I love walking out and feeding them a carrot every morning. I love being able to ride and it's just right outside my door. I I love cleaning stalls. I love everything about it. It's truly been a huge, huge, huge blessing to learn this, do this, be responsible for them every day. Like, I feel like I was made for this.